welcome to another Tech Power Up with EduTech. I'm Darcy Bakkegard, joined by Kelly Rexine. And remind us, Kelly, where do you work? What is your job title again?
I'm Kelly Rexine. I'm with NDIT at EduTech, and we serve K-12 educators and students and support them with workshops and different technology problems throughout the state.
So my technology problem is I always want to know, how can I build more interaction into my classroom? How can I make sure that I'm hearing from all of my students more of the time? And as importantly, honestly, how can I maximize my time so that I'm spending fewer hours at school? I'm trying to get better at that. So we're going to look for some maybe lesser known Microsoft tools. Is that fair to say? A little bit lesser known?
Yeah.
We're going to look at some different Microsoft tools that you might not know about, including Office Lens, Stream, and a couple others. And these should help you maximize your interaction with students while saving a bit of time. So what do you want to show us first?
Well, I would say one of the newest or lesser unknown is Office Lens.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it. Okay.
So Office Lens is an application on your phone that will take a picture and will put that into a document form. You can do a whiteboard or an actual page of paper, and then it automatically uploads that into your OneDrive.
Okay, so you promised me that we would do a demo. So bear with me for a second. We're going to show you in our little virtual classroom. We have a whiteboard over here. And so I'm always the English teacher. We have a little lesson on the board about semicolons. So Kelly, you're my student, so it's the end of the lesson.
Yep. So I have my phone here. Office Lens, and it looks like you're just taking a picture.
Sure.
So then you just, get all of it in there.
Yep.
Snap it. You have some options to edit it a little bit, but realistically,
you can write on it,
yeah,
a little bit of something.
But then you hit done. It's connected to your K-12 account, so you don't need another account or anything like that. But then you just say, I want it to save to my OneDrive. It automatically uploads that, and it's there within a couple minutes. Okay. Yeah.
So the teacher, I love this for student productivity and efficiency. Not all kids are great at taking notes. Taking notes is still very important, but as a backup or as an extra thing, they could snap pictures of things that are important. It saves to their OneDrive. So where do I find this?
So you're in my Office 365 account. You can always go to OneDrive here or your Waffle or app launcher. If I click on OneDrive, and then now you'll notice that if I scroll down to all my folders, you'll notice there's an Office Lens folder. And you didn't have to create that. You don't need to create that anything. It just automatically creates that and then puts any of those pictures or images within there. So go ahead and click in there, and I should have one already. And there's my other one that I took. So about a minute ago. There you go.
Okay, so now that photo, so you have the app on your phone, and now you have this photo, which is what my whiteboard notes were. Yep. And now as a student, I would have that note.
Yep.
I love this as a reiteration for students of that, of helping build memory of you need to interact with something about 12 hours later, 8 to 12 hours later.
Yep.
So if they got in the habit of snapping a picture, even if they got in the habit of snapping a picture of their own notes, this would be another thing that now is on their phone, in their OneDrive. Now they go back and imagine at the end of the day, if kids learn the habit of 5 to 10 minutes, just scroll through those photos from the day and then put them into your subject folders, and that's one review for them.
And this was the whiteboard feature that I used, but there's a whiteboard feature. You can actually take a photo or a document.
Fantastic. And speaking of whiteboards, you told me that there's a whiteboard now for Microsoft.
Yeah, there is. So Whiteboard was iOS and Windows 10, so you can get those applications on those devices. But if you go to whiteboard.microsoft.com, here you will have basically a space, like kind of a blank canvas for anybody to to collaborate
Whiteboard
and add
app.
to. Yeah.
And it says, if you scroll back up, it said like there's an app. So the same thing, students could put this app on their phones.
Correct.
And now they have a whiteboard to answer math problems, to write quick responses and hold their phones up for whatever you're doing in class.
Yep, same username and password that you've always been using with your K-12 account. And then all of these whiteboards I've done, those all been on my phone. So I didn't have to transfer anything. They're just there.
And I know this was a really quick overview, but not much else to say. I mean, you can use this if you don't have little whiteboards in your classroom.
Yep.
What a great way to empower students to use their cell phones for good instead of evil.
Yep, like brainstorming, Venn diagrams, anything like that. So yeah.
That's great. And then they can open them on a computer. So same thing, it's all shared back and forth.
Yep.
Okay. So tell me about how Stream could help me and my students with video projects.
Sure. So Stream is another app within your K-12 account or your Office 365 account. It's very YouTube-ish, you know, kind of like, so you'll have your own channel, you can create groups and all that kind of good stuff. But here's an option where you can upload any of your videos and then find them using your K-12 account. So, or any one of your K-12 users can find those accounts.
So I could share this stream with my students if this is where I had a whole bunch of flipped classroom lessons or other videos.
Correct. So here are some of the videos that I uploaded or created. You know, you can like videos, you can see how many they're played, that kind of thing. But any videos that you want to upload and save in a safe environment, you can do here.
So for me, I would frequently, I hate when students are presenting. I don't hate when they're presenting. I hate the fact that when students are presenting, if we have to have kids log in and out of the computer, there's just this dead time in class. So if we're doing a video project, can I make a space where all of my students have to share their videos to that one space? And now people don't have to log in and out, just all the videos are there? Yeah,
so with your content, so all those videos are yours. But then you have videos, you have groups and channels. Groups would be a space where you as a teacher can create a space where any of your students can
collaborate and share their videos.
And then each one of their students would get a channel also. So that's maybe more a little individualized for them, but groups would definitely be a space where you can use that as a classroom
So
hub.
If I didn't want other students to be able to see other students' videos, I could have the student just share their channel with me or just share the direct video link with me. But if I did want, because frequently like we would do video projects for different big things that we were reading, and I would actually love for the other 2 sections of junior English to be able to see each other's videos. So I could just have them all in one big group, and then their individual projects or their group projects would live in that space.
You can share just these videos in your groups the exact same way. You can share all of your Word documents or anything. You can make them either with a certain user group or, you know, to anybody.
So we have one more thing, and this I'm curious about. You mentioned something called Flow.
Microsoft Flow. Basically, if something does something that you say it want it to do, it's going to do another thing. So
if this, then blank happens.
And you can take all these different applications. So say you have a classroom hashtag, and every time that classroom hashtag is used, it'll send you an email. So something that's automated, something that you don't need to worry about. It'll just do it.
So I could also coach my students, because I can think of a lot of information. As a high school teacher, I try to send the information, keep parents informed, but I want students to be proactive. But I could help students set up if you receive an email from Miss Bakkegard, it forwards the email to your parents. I like it. And then when I'm working with juniors and seniors, I could also encourage them, like if you have an account like this, set up an if-then. If I receive an email from the financial aid office, it forwards to my parents, it adds something to my calendar.
Yep.
So that I have this built-in system of reminders.
Yep. And you don't have to create them all. You can create your own, but there's tons of templates that people have already created, so you don't have to redo this. There's already templates that are already created for you.
Oh, fantastic. I love this idea. I love anything that's going to help me maximize my time. So I have a couple different calendars. So if I add something to my Office 365 calendar, I can tell it to automatically add it to my Google Calendar.
You're right. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's a fantastic thing to maximize my efficiency as a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. These a couple great Microsoft Did You Knows. I didn't know any of these things. So that's always fantastic. And if any teacher out there is like me and didn't know any of these things or starts creating a flow and gets stuck, how can they get some help from someone like you or your EduTechians?
Yeah, so you can always reach out to me, my email or anything like that. But remember, within Office 365, there's always that question mark on the top right. You can always go down there and find our help desk information if you have any problems there. But you're always welcome to email me or reach out to me. Again, we have opportunities for teachers coming up in the fall and spring with computer science with code.org and NYSERC. So you can always check those out at our website.
And those are free.
Those are free. Those are free. Okay. And then that time goes into hours towards credit. So free professional development. Yeah. But you can always find that at our website, www.edutech.nodac.edu, and find out more there.
Fantastic. So check out any and all of the EduTech resources and join us again for our next Tech Power Up with EduTech. Thanks, Kelly.
You bet.